Hello everybody, good to be back. It is good to see you at home with Rhonda today. Welcome. I am actually going to do a continuation of my previous video. I'm going to kind of merge them together because the first part of my video, we talked about how to make butternut squash fries with an air fryer. And that's like my new favorite way to prepare butternut squash. There's so many things you can do with butternut squash, and this year I've had to be kind of creative because I've had butternut squash coming out of my ears. I've given a lot away, which is what you do. You know, when you're a gardener, that's you do prepare for that. You grow more so that you can bless your friends and family with some fruits and vegetables as well. But anyway, in my last video, I told you that I would be processing it two different ways. And the first way we discussed, and I showed you how I use an air fryer to make butternut squash fries. I could eat those every single day. It is just so delicious. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I preserve it. So I've got so much butternut squash, I can't just eat it 3 times a day or even every day. You're going to get sick of it. So what I want to do is I want to preserve it in my freezer and preserve it properly so that my hard-earned work, my labor in producing this does not go by the wayside, that it's not wasted, or that the food doesn't taste well. Because if you don't preserve it and freeze it properly, your fruits, your vegetables, your meats, anything that you freeze for long term will get freezer burned, and you might as well throw it in the garbage. It'll be trash. It won't be delicious. So that's just a waste all the way around. So I'm going to prepare this. I'm going to go ahead and peel it and chop it up into some either fries, or I'll probably do fries because that's how I like to eat it. And then I will show you how I'm going to preserve it. So I'll be back in just a minute. We'll see you in a minute. Hello everybody, I'm back. So I've gathered all of my things together, and to preserve for long-term storage in the freezer, I have this little handy dandy food saver. I know that you have seen them in Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, Amazon. You can get these anywhere, and this is probably my third one over the past 10 years because I do so much preserving. I use this quite a bit and I end up burning the motor out. Maybe it's time for me to kind of get an upgrade and get more of an industrial size one. But for now, this is the one that I use. Also, instead of using the food saver rolls, which ends up being your bags, I have discovered there is a brand, and if you need any of these links, just let me know and I'll be glad to send it to you. It's a lot cheaper, and this is a good brand. It's a lot cheaper. You get 2 rolls in 1 pack, and I get it off of Amazon. So anyway, this is the size that I use. I think it's like 11 inches or something like that. I can't remember. I can give you all that information if you would like it. So the first thing that you have to do is look and see. This is my chopped up butternut squash fries. And now all I've got to do is, let me put this back down, is I need to get a bag. Normally what you can do with these machines, you can put the bag here and then just roll it out, and you've got this little razor sharp knife thing, cutter, that will cut the bags very conveniently for you. Unfortunately, because my bags are so thick, this is not going to fit. So I do have to kind of pre-cut my bag. So I'm just gonna kind of take my roll here and just put it over, and you can't skimp on this. If you try to skimp, you might not get a good vacuum, and then it's not going to seal. So I would say you don't want to overly have too much, but you definitely want to have enough of the bag, enough room so that when you close the container, when you close it, that it does not land on top of the food that you're trying to seal. So I'm just going to lay that over here and kind of eyeball it, which is what I do for most things. Let me turn you around here. I'm just going to cut this over here all the way like that. And the first step that you want to do is you want to seal the bag. And I think I actually cut it a little too big, but it's okay. So I'm just going to put it over here. If you've ever used one of these, maybe I should take a minute. So you have this little reservoir here that you can normally put a normal size roll of the bags. You also have this little tray here so that if you are processing anything with liquid, any liquid that comes out as you're trying to vacuum seal it will end up being caught in this little handy dandy tray. And then right here, right below the little reservoir to catch the juice, is a heating element. You have a heating element here, and when you press it and you hit it to vacuum, it will automatically, after it vacuum seals it, it will seal it. And this gets really, really hot, but it actually will seal this so that no air or moisture can get in there. So that's the first thing that I have to do, is I'm gonna seal the bottom of it, because you have to have a good seal at the top and the bottom. So that will only take just a minute. We'll give that just a minute. In the meantime, I'll kind of give you a little up close. These are my little butternut squash. So again, it's about a ½ inch. This was a fairly small butternut squash, but I'm going to freeze it so that later on, maybe a month from now, maybe 6 months from now, I'll pull these out and I'll make some fries. So we're all sealed up here. The next thing that I'm going to do is, now I have a nice little bag, and I'm going to take my spatula here and I'm going to put all of this. Now, when I am processing, preserving like this, I do not put salt. I don't put any flavorings. You really don't have to do that, because I think that would break down, I think it would break it down even more so. But what you're doing is, when you vacuum seal this, you're going to vacuum all the air, and that's what causes freezer burn, actually, is if there's moisture, if there's air in there, then ice crystals will form, and then you'll end up getting freezer burn, and that's just nasty. I really overdid this. I'm so sorry. I'm not a very good teacher here. So I have got to totally cut that down a little bit, and I'll use that other portion for something else. I don't know what I was thinking there, but we're going to do like this, and we're going to cut it like that, and we'll use this for another project. But here we go. Hopefully I did not underdo it. So one of the things I like to do too is you want to evenly disperse whatever you're trying to preserve, whatever you're trying to vacuum seal. You don't want it to be lopsided. You want to kind of, you know, get it to where it's all kind of level and flat as possible. And then we're going to lay that down on top of the heating element, right there underneath that little reservoir. And we're going to click it. I don't know if you saw that, but there's like a little thing on the side. It opens it, and you close it, and that just completely closes it off. And then I'm going to hit vacuum, not seal. We want to vacuum it first. And I have to kind of press on my machine here, again, because it's kind of old and I've been using it for quite some time. Let's see here. All right, we're going to try that again. It should be, sometimes you kind of got to tweak it. So I'm just going to put the bag up a little bit higher up. Let's try that again. Here we go. And as you are vacuum sealing it, did you hear that? You can hear, it's like, Houston, we're ready for takeoff. You can tell that the changing and the vacuuming sound gets to be more intense. And so now we're just going to wait until all the lights are off. It's vacuuming it, and then it will automatically seal it before it's done. Now all of the lights are off, and here you have it. Completely vacuum sealed butternut squash fries. So now the only thing I have to do with this is I'll get a permanent black pen, and I'll write on here butternut squash fries, and I'll put 2025. You could put today's date. I don't feel that that's necessary because I know this is my garden from 2025. So I'll just put butternut squash fries 2025, and that will tell me that I harvested this from my garden in the summer of 2025. I can't say enough, you definitely need to label it. Once you freeze everything, you're like, oh, is that zucchini? Is it cucumbers? Is it, and when did I do this? So take some time to write on here what product that you are working with, okay? And then I just throw it in my freezer. One of the things I try to do too is make sure that when you're pulling things out to eat, you want to pull out the oldest first, eat the oldest, and then put this kind of in the back. So I'll put this in the back of the freezer so I'm not tempted to pull this out first, okay? And potentially, if you've done everything properly, you should be able to keep that in the freezer for up to 5 years. So I know I have eaten stuff from 4 years, from 5 years, and it still tastes just as fresh as the day that I took it out of the garden. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will give this a try. If you have typically not liked butternut squash, at least try it. If somebody offers you a butternut squash, say thank you, and give it a whirl. So let me know in the comments what you think. If you do give this a try, I'd love to hear from you. And just, yeah, happy cooking, happy processing. Talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful week this week. God bless you and keep you and give you peace. Take care. Bye-bye.